Set in Toronto, Ontario, Camille Baker is a university literature professor at a religious college in a long-term relationship with fellow professor Martin. When Camille's dog runs away and finds him dead on the street, she places her dog inside her apartment's refrigerator. Camille ends up crying in the middle of a local laundromat, where she is approached by Petra, who comforts her. Later on, Camille realizes that her laundry was mixed up with Petra's and finds a business card inside the laundry bag. Going to return Petra's clothes, she finds that Petra is a circus performer. When she goes to Petra's trailer to retrieve her clothes, Petra tells her she wants to sleep with her. Confused and uncomfortable, Camille grabs her clothes and leaves. The next day, Petra tracks Camille down and shoots an arrow through her window with a picture of herself and her phone number attached. Camille invites Petra inside and ends up kissing her before running away. Meanwhile, Camille and Martin are being groomed to take over for the university chaplain, with the chaplain hinting heavily that they must marry to be promoted. At the interview, Camille refuses to denounce homosexuality as a sin. Camille could not answer the question when asked what she would do if a male student came to her for advice on being attracted to another man. Martin believes Camille intentionally acts unusual because of her discomfort over their future marriage and embraces her. They are seen by Petra, who is waiting outside Camille's office. Afterward, Camille sees Petra, ostensibly asking Petra to stop following her. Instead, she asks her to become her friend after telling her that the kiss was a mistake. Petra takes Camille hang gliding, and though Camille is initially reluctant to participate, Petra urges her onward by telling her that night is falling, and they will miss their chance if they don't hurry. While hanging gliding, Camille ends up injuring her knee. Petra takes her home and then massages her, with the massage quickly turning sexual as Petra unbuttons her blouse and takes off Camille's bra. They are interrupted by the university chaplain visiting Camille. Camille passes Petra off as an acquaintance, and when she refuses to leave, she excuses herself to the chaplain by saying she is a disturbed street kid. Petra leaves angrily, and Camille goes to Martin's house, where she makes love with him. However, when Martin leaves for a conference, Camille cannot stop fantasizing about Petra and goes to the circus to see her, where the two women have sex for the first time. The next day, Camille goes to the chaplain seeking guidance, and he is more understanding than she anticipated. She goes to the circus where Petra and the other performers celebrate an invitation to Circumstance, a festival for circus performers. She and Petra begin a relationship, discussing the possibility of Camille joining Petra in the circus. Meanwhile, Martin, who has returned from his trip, waits for Camille in her home and finds the picture of Petra with her number written on it. He goes to the circus and sees Camille and Petra naked in the trailer. After Camille leaves without seeing him, he introduces himself to Petra and then goes, but not before hitting the outside of her trailer in anger, scaring Petra. Meanwhile, Camille heads home to break up with Martin, surprised to find him already there. He urges her to think before she speaks, telling her they have a good relationship and suggesting that her passion for Petra will fade. Thinking things over, Camille heads into the woods to finally bury her dead dog, whom she had kept in the fridge until then. After burying the dog, she begins drinking and passes out in a snowbank. She is found by the hang gliders who had joined her and Petra on their first outing as friends. They call Petra, and she rushes to Camille's side, wrapping her body around her and trying to revive her. Once refreshed, Camille joins Petra and the circus on their way to Circumstance. The circus director, who had dreamed of running away, stays in the city where she and Martin spot each other outside a cafe. In the final shot, Camille's pet dog, which she buried in the snow, inexplicably returns to life, burrows itself up from the ground, and runs off into the woods like a resurrected animal.